Downtown Dallas has been threatened with a boycott in the midst of the Christmas shopping season. The buying halt was announced by Reverend Peter Johnson, an aide of Ralph Abernathy of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. The SCLC has come into Dallas to lead the efforts of blacks, Mexican Americans, and poor whites to end what they call poverty, racism, and oppression. At a rally last night at the new Bethel Baptist Church, a parade of speakers called for many groups of South and West Dallas to unite under SCLC. Although one, a black Muslim, pointed out that blacks and whites are not brothers in any sense of the word. Reverend Johnson said in regard to the boycott, he'll give Dallas 30 days to restructure its political structure. He outlined the boycott in an interview with Teel Salaun.
I believe that the city is in touch with the kind of problems here. I have enough confidence in them that they can handle them and that they can deal with them. The problems of poverty, the problems of underemployment and unemployment, of bad housing. So these are, and I think the city knows about the problem. I think they can deal with them, and that's what I would like to see the city do.
Well, then what is the purpose of the boycott? Are you trying to achieve one specific thing?
Well, in doing it, we will achieve a whole lot of things. First, for the first time, we'll have people in motion together in the city behind a common idea and a common goal. Secondly, we will show the city that we can get in motion together and work. And we will teach them that, based on, say, just our economic strength, you should respect us.
Are you appealing just to the black and minority groups or to the entire city population who feel as you do?
I'm going to ask the mayor to carry a picket sign.
Several hundred persons of different races attended that rally, but they claim to represent as many as 4,000 Dallas citizens whom they say can be counted on to support the effort. However, there are others who resent the Southern Christian Leadership Conference importing agitators. A well-known leader in the Dallas black community is City Councilman George Allen. Councilman, what do you think of the boycott plan?
Well, sir, I think boycotts, like any other valid form of dramatizing an inequity or wrong, there's nothing really wrong with it. But I think that if Dallas needs a boycott to cure some of the inequities that are existent here, and there are many of them here, then it certainly doesn't need an outsider to come in here and try to organize it. We have very good leadership in the black community, and up to this time, we've been able to work hard at trying to right some of the things that are wrong here.
Meanwhile, the boycott announcement has caused very little stir around downtown Dallas. Hunter Michaels of the Chamber of Commerce and the Retail Merchants Association says that most of the buying done in downtown Dallas is done by the 60,000 or so persons who work here, and he cannot imagine that any such boycott is going to be felt significantly, especially now during the Christmas buying rush. But those who are leading this effort speak confidently of making great strides. They realize, better than anyone, that this will depend on attracting support in large numbers and in keeping harmony. This is Roger McDonald, Channel 8 News.
A plan of reclamation for Lake Worth has been presented to the Fort Worth Park and Recreation Department this morning. The plan, put together by Mr. F.M. Peterson, would deepen a large area of the lake including the mudflats surrounding the Greer Island Wildlife Refuge. Peterson is president of the Northwest Chamber of Commerce, and that chamber has endorsed his proposal. Peterson's plan may be a partial answer to the city's problem of needing more shoreline for future recreational areas. Earlier, he explained how.
If it keeps going as it is now, there won't be a lake here in another 30 years. It'll be a swamp. And we need that. We need the lake for the people of Fort Worth in the future, whoever it might be. Basically, the plan is to develop land from a water area that is shallow. And we're going to, or the plan would, make 1 acre of land above water for each acre of land dredged out of the water. It would make a total lake usable with water approximately 8 feet deep, and land area on the other half of that area would be about 6 feet above the water.
Well, aside from the obvious advantage of having more land area and deeper water, are there any other side effects from this program?
Well, it will, of course, create more usable park area in the shorelines up to 20 to 26 miles, which is not available at the present time. Now, it will make it unnecessary for the Lake Worth plan to phase out the homes that are of the people they're leasing around the lake at the present time.
Whether the city accepts Peterson's proposal or some other remains to be seen. But after working on it for 10 years, he has offered at least one solution and says he's willing to work with the Lake Worth Civic Group. This is Gene Thomas, Channel 8 News at Lake Worth.
It was my understanding, and I think the understanding of at least one or two of the board members, that the restriction of parental consent, written parental consent, applied not only to the teachers, but also to the principals.
Do you think that this statement by Dr. Estes, that the principals still have the power to administer corporal punishment, that this goes directly against the intent of the proposal that was passed by all of the board?
Well, I really think so. Actually, without parental consent and letting the principals within their own free judgment use the paddle at will, I don't see that we've done anything over the old policy that we had before yesterday's meeting.